What is up, everybody? Welcome back to 999 Blind. I've never played it. I don't know. Last time, this mysterious person said, "Welcome aboard," and I'm guessing it's the guy in the gas mask, or girl. I welcome you all from the bottom of my heart to this vessel, my vessel. With the voice's invasion, the spell between Junpei and Akane was broken, and all hints of burgeoning romance instantly forgotten. They hurriedly untangled themselves from one another and struggled to their feet. Their 7 companions had heard the voice as well, and many of their faces had gone pale. They looked around frantically, desperate to locate the source of the voice. Unless they found it, a speaker set in the ceiling. Ooh. I am Zero, the captain of this ship. So, is his number 0? So there's technically 10 people. I'm also the person who invited you here. The voice was harsh, obscured occasionally by the crackle of static. But Junpei recognized it. How could he have forgotten it? Yeah, I knew it. It was the same voice he had heard from the man in the gas mask. Hey, asshole! What the hell is this? This dude is gonna be swearing. I bet 50% of the swearing in this game is from this guy alone. Come on out here, I want to get a look at you! What do you mean to do to us? I feel like he has like an intelligent, courageous voice. I mean to have you participate in a game. Some of you, I know, are familiar with this game, the Nonary game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line. Now wait a second, he said some of you will be familiar with this game. I need to keep that in mind. Some people are familiar with this, which is strange. That's not normal. Nonary game? But you could be tricking us. What the hell's that? For all I know, all of you have done this before, and you're all in on it. That's as far as I know. The voice continued, implacable. The rules of the Nonary game can be found upon your persons. They are simple rules. Read them. Nonary game? Yep, I see your watch right there. What? Is that on her arm? I don't see her hand. Oh, is her hand on her heart? Okay. Her hand looks really strange. Hey, there's something in my pocket. Check this out. Silver reached into his pocket and pulled out a small slip of paper. The rest of them reached into their own pockets and pulled out similar slips of paper. Apparently they have rules on them. Junpei followed suit and dug into his pocket of his pants. That's kind of strange, but oh. He felt the telltale crumble of a paper, slowly damp from his earlier ordeal. Hey, I got one too. Then it would seem Zero has seen fit to grace us, each with a letter. Would you mind terribly reading it to us, young man? His request had been delivered to Junpei, who, after a short moment of surprise, did as he was asked. On the ship you will find a handful of doors emblazoned with numbers. We will call them the numbered doors. The doors in front of you are a pair of the same. The key to opening these numbered doors are the numbered bracelets that each of you possess. Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets, digital root, I'm guessing, and find that the digital root, of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Only those who have opened the door may pass through. This is what I was thinking. I sort of assumed this once I saw the doors. I'm like, I have a feeling I know what's going on here. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. Now that I had no idea. I guess that makes sense since there's 9 of us. 3 to 5 would make sense. Well, shouldn't it be 3 to 6 people? If there's 9 of us? All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must continue. So technically, we could have 6 people go through the door and 3 just left behind. Right? Alright, so we're 5. Junpei figured had to mean that bulky thing on his wrist. He glanced around. It looked like everyone had one as well, and had come to much the same conclusion. Now I'm curious what everyone's number is, because I wonder if that's important. Because, like, depending on what number, that's who we would go with. And 5's in, like, the middle, so we'd probably be able to choose whoever I don't know, maybe. The purpose of this game is simple. Leave the ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9. The question is, getting a 9... Okay. But if 3 to 6, then that means 3 people can't leave then. Right? 3 people can't leave. 3 people cannot leave. Since it's only 3 to... No, 4. Yeah, only 4 people. 4 people have to leave, or stay. Because if only 3 to 5 people can go... Dang. That's interesting. Alright. As you have no doubt surmised, the ship has begun to sink. On April 14th, 1912, the famous ocean liner Titanic crashed into an iceberg. After remaining afloat for 2 hours and 40 minutes, it sank beneath the waters of the North Atlantic. I will give you more time. 9 hours. Of course you will. 9 hours, 9 doors, 9 people. That is the time you will be given to make your escape. I wonder if the door at the beginning counts. I don't think so. If I had to guess, there's going to be a different number each time, so it's going to be 1 through 9. Like, there's going to be a 1 door, 2 door, 3 door, and so on. And then you end with the 9 door. That's my guess. I could be completely wrong. The voice finished and the speaker went silent. The sound of a bell, tolling, echoed through the hall. It came from the dance hall adjacent to the stairwell. Give those assembled on the stairs mere moments to trace the sound to an antique clock embedded in the wall. 7, 8, 9... Is it 9 o'clock? The sound of the 9th bell faded away, the 10th never came. That meant the time was 9 o'clock. Most likely 9 o'clock in the evening. When Jumpy had peered out the window of his cell, he see nothing but blackness. Well, you were underwater, buddy. It had to be nighttime. If that was the case, then they would need to escape by 6 a.m. the following day. 5 Nights at Freddy's. Now it is time. Let our game begin. I wish you all the best of luck. Cool, get to start. Nice. Speaker went silent and did not speak again. So we've got some fairly simple rules here. Silver yelled at the speaker with language coarse enough to embarrass a sailor. Sorry, I'm going to turn off my mouse since I'm not using it right now. But the rest of Junpei's companions were silent, deep in thought. Jumpy too was consumed by his thoughts. There was a great deal he didn't understand. Like what? I can probably... Who was Zero? He's the guy with the Zero bracelet, is my guess. What was the nonary game? Well, what we're doing. Why had he chosen to make them part of it? Oh, okay. That I don't know. But I'm guessing it's because apparently some people have experience with this. Was he a criminal who took delight in playing with his victims? I have a feeling that's not right. Or did he have some other purpose? That's probably it. And why had Junpei been chosen as part of this insane game? I do not know. Why had any of them been chosen? But one question was foremost on his mind. Akane. They hadn't seen one another since elementary school. Why had she appeared now? Coincidence? No, that seemed impossible. There had to be a reason. He didn't know what it might be, but there had to be a reason. Very well. The lion's voice seemed oddly loud in the silence. Standing around here won't do us any good. Best we get moving, don't you think? Get moving? Are you planning to open the numbered doors? That's not right. Are you planning to open the numbered doors? Hey, wait. She's got like a sassy voice, I think. Don't tell me you're actually going to do what this Zero says. No, that's not what I mean. The lion shook his head, mildly annoyed. Alright, maybe I have his personality wrong. I'm saying let's find another way. After all, we haven't really examined this place yet. Wait, what? Oh, there's stuff on the bottom. Oops. I didn't catch that. Oopsies. Their separate investigations finished, all 9 people returned to where they left one another. The result of all their work was nothing. They were completely sealed in. Let's just do it. Their hard work had not gone completely to waste, however. They had learned a number of things as they scoured the parts of the ship they could reach. It seemed that they were confined to decks A through C. That seems to be the case. C deck was as far down as they would be able to go, however. The reason being, flood. Yeah. The D deck was completely submerged. Strangely, however, the water had risen no higher than D deck. The flow seemed to have been stopped somehow, as evidenced by the surface of the water in D deck, which was as smooth as glass. The prince knelt down and gently drew his hand across it. Perhaps this Zero fellow has used some sort of remote control to seal it watertight. Door lower down. He said that our time limit was 9 hours. In other words, this water won't rise for 9 hours. Then you're saying we won't sink till then? Well, that may be a little too optimistic. No point to wishful thinking. I'm interested in this prince, dude. There were 3 metal doors on C deck. A single door stood off to the side with 2 more on the wall facing the central staircase. Alright. They were, however, locked like the other doors. No matter how much they pushed and shoved, the doors refused to move. The mountain and lion threw themselves against it a few times, but to no avail. So we just kind of called in this the entire game. The door in the back had a keyhole. Just above it was a strange mark in the shape of a circle surrounding a dot. Probably gonna have to remember that. There were 2 other doors on C deck as well, but it was clear they were elevators, as each had a button next to it with an upside down triangle. They tried pushing the button. No response. Apparently, there was no power running to the elevators. You don't say. To the left of the elevator doors was a card reader. Do I have to remember these marks? It looked like a lowercase h with a dash drawn across the upper stem of the H. It's probably a symbol for something. Jumpy stared at it for a while. This is the symbol of Saturn. Okay. How do you know that? Really? It's an astrological symbol. Is everyone just smarter than me in this game? They just know everything that I don't? Then the mark on the other door. I think that was the sun symbol. So I just have to remember Sun and Jupiter. Or Saturn, what'd she say? Crap. I don't remember. They had seen the same symbols on A deck. There was a door on either side of the stairs. The one on the left had a keyhole. Alright. This is an Earth symbol. This is an Earth symbol. The horizontal line symbolizes the equator and the vertical one represents the prime meridian. Alright, that's kind of easy to remember. Jumpy looked up at the ceiling. There was a great circle cut in it, perhaps for a skylight or a glass dome, but it had been filled with a gargantuan metal plate. The metal looked very solid. Anything short of an explosive charge was unlikely to damage it. Yeah, there's no getting out of here. That's the main gist of this. In other words, yeah. We gotta go through the doors. We're trapped. All the exits go nowhere. Jumpy was not happy. The girl with the pink hair spoke up. Well, I'm sure they go somewhere. We just can't go open them. Then the mountain spoke. You don't know that. For all we know, they just open into walls or take us in circles. The prince did not agree. No, I'm sure they go somewhere. Otherwise, what point would there be? And we can open them. Well, 2 of them at least. You're right. That is correct. You are right. You mean the numbered doors? All eyes turned toward the doors with the numbers on them. Where's this nerdy guy? The guy with the glasses? Where are you? I think he's the only one that hasn't spoken yet. Hey, wait a minute. I think I said this earlier, but I don't think we should do that. The dents are moved in front of the doors as if to block them. We'd have to be crazy to open these doors. If we do that, we're doing exactly what Zero wants us to do. What's bad about that? So what? Suddenly everyone began to speak at once. You're stupid. I agree. I don't. That's a terrible idea. We should keep going. Yeah, let's just wait here for 9 hours and die. How about that? That's a great idea. We should stay here. We don't have any other way to open any of the doors. We should just wait. Somebody's bound to come find us. We don't have time for that. In 8.5 hours, the ship is going to sink. In fact, it's actually been more than that. It's been an hour and 20 minutes almost. So you're wrong. Impossible to determine who was saying what. Their arguments grew more and more intense until people were shouting and screaming at one another. My goodness. Jumpy had remained silent, but at last he could take no more. Hey! Shut up! They fell silent and all eyes turned to Jumpy. He felt each stare burning into him, but he refused to flinch. Before we try and decide where we're going to go, there's something else we ought to do. What's that? We need to exchange information. We don't know anything about each other. I want to know who you guys are. Who you are, where you came from, why you ended up here. Don't tell me you aren't curious too. They were silent. Some of them looked the other way, or bit their lip, or crossed their arms and stared at the ceiling. But one of them spoke up. It was Akane. I agree. I think Jumpy is right. Jumpy? Jumpy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about him. I just called him Jumpy. His name is Junpei. Or it's Jumpy? It could be Jumpy. I'm just gonna keep on saying Junpei. That's probably what it is. He pointed towards Junpei. We're childhood friends. We went to the same elementary school. Wait, stop! Don't tell us stuff we didn't ask you about. Yeah, oh boy. Zero's probably watching us right now. What are you gonna do if he's listening in? Would that be bad? Akane seems kind of fishy to me right now. I don't know what's gonna happen, but she seems to be kind of fishy. She's like, would that be bad if he heard, like, hell yeah, it would. We don't know how much that bastard knows about us. Maybe he just picked a bunch of random people to kidnap. I don't think that's the case. If that is the case, then it'd be dangerous for us to let him know too much. If Zero knows who we are, we go after our families. Maybe he'd tell us he had them to get us to do stuff, you know? But we still need to know what our names are. It's going to be hard to talk to each other if we don't have names. Alright, then why don't we have a code name? Are we gonna actually use Mountain, or are you gonna call you Mountain? To him, apparently, it seemed like the obvious solution. Code names? Yeah, we'll each pick something. Like, I'll be 7. Oh, so you're number 7. 7? Oh, 7? Why are you 7? Seemed a fair question. The Mountain stuck out his left arm. Because this bracelet number says 7. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's a good idea. He smirked. Alright, I'm gonna be Santa. Wait, what? Is that just completely random? Any of you chumps know Japanese? No? Well, San means 3, so I'll be Santa. Well, I did not know that, but alright. You know, like Santa Claus. Fits, don't you think? I guess. Then your bracelet number? Yeah, it's got a 3 on it. Good job, Grandpa. Just like the Mountain had done, Silver thrust out his left hand. Sure enough, the face of his bracelet read 3. Very well then. I'll go next, shall I? My bracelet number is 1. Of course it is. Given that, I think Ace seems appropriate. That does fit you, actually, I think. I'll be Lotus. Then, as I'm sure you all know, it has 8 petals. I did not know that, but okay, you can be Lotus. Which means, of course, that my bracelet number is 8. I would appreciate it if you call me Snake, so you're 2. Yeah. My bracelet number is 2. Since Ace has chosen cards, then I choose dice. Choose dice. Snake Eyes, clearly, which is particularly relevant, given that I am blind. Oh boy. Blind, really? He kept his eyes closed during their entire ordeal, which had suggested something strange, but here it said so casually. It was something of a surprise. Everyone seemed a little nervous at the prince's proclamation, but no one seemed to know how to react to it. I thought it was pretty obvious. There was one person, however, who didn't seem to be surprised in the least, a girl with pink hair. I want to be Clover, so you're 4. You know, like a 4-leaf clover. Good luck, right? She held out her left hand. The face of her bracelet showed the number 4. And I'm 5. He held out his bracelet. Is Akane gonna be 9? Why have one? It's not like there's any point to it now. The dancer cut him off in mid-sentence. I mean, we all know your name already. You're Junpei. Oh. So I don't get a code name. Akane stepped forward nervously. Then you should all call me by my name too. Because, I mean, it doesn't seem fair to Jumpy. You're thinking it's not cool for you to hide your name after you told us his? Akane fidgeted awkwardly. Junpei decided he had to do something. What's your bracelet number? It's 6. Which means that guy with the glasses has 9. That's weird. She hesitated for a moment, then held out her left hand. As she claimed, Bracelet's face showed a 6. Junpei looked at it for a moment and thought. Alright then, why don't you call me June? Why don't we call you June? I thought that was her talking. June? Yeah, you know, it's the 6th month of the year. So you're June. Jumpy. Kane kneaded her hands and looked up at Junpei concerned. Uncertain. Why did I say concerned? He smiled back at her reassuringly. Are you good with that? She thought about it for a few more minutes, then seemed to come to a decision, and gave Junpei a small nod. 1 was Ace. 2 was Snake. 3 was Santa. 4 was Clover. 5 was Junpei's number. Kane was 6, and Junpei had given her the code name of June. 7 was 7, and 8 was Lotus. That meant that 8 of them, including Junpei, had revealed their bracelet numbers. But there was still one person left. Why are we like... He was a man with glasses and hair like a bird's nest. He hadn't said anything since they'd met on the stairs, and didn't look like the sort of person who'd inclined to conversation. What is up with you? He's just freaking out. His skin was pale, his breathing was heavy, and he was soaked with nervous sweat. His behavior seemed very suspicious, or perhaps simply emotionally unstable. It was difficult to tell. Whatever the case, it seemed clear that he had only a fingertip's worth of grip on his sanity. The girl with pink hair, Clover, walked up to him. She put her hands on his hips and eyed him suspiciously. What number are you? He didn't answer. His bloodshot eyes twitched from person to person, and his breath came in hot pants. Hey, I'm talking to you. The man licked his dry lips with a shaking tongue, spoke with a voice like old paper. Isn't it obvious? There are 9 people here, and you know who numbers 1 through 8 are. I'm the only one left. So you're 9? Yeah. He extended a trembling arm. What is up with this dude? Bracelet did indeed say 9. Clover looked at him contemptuously. What's your code name? Code name? What do you want us to call you? We all made up names, you should too. I don't need one. Why not? Because I'm not going to stay here with you. He took a shuddering breath and exhaled. Oh boy. You've got some sort of plan? I do. Yeah, what's that? You sure you want to know? Yeah? Alright. Let me show you. I'm going to do this. What? Ah! Oh, what's going on? By the time they realized what he was doing, it was too late to stop him. The man's body moved like a snake's. In the blink of an eye, he had slid around behind her and wrapped his arm around her waist. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? Santa leapt forward, toward Clover and the ninth man. He was halfway there when... Stay back! Suddenly the man's hand dove into his pocket. What? He has a knife? He came back out with a knife. Pocket knife. He held it to Clover's pale, quivering neck. If you get any closer, I'll cut her open. Santa skidded to a halt. He snarled at the scrawny man with the knife and gritted his teeth. Yes, that's right. The man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring. Sweat poured down his neck, soaking the collar of his shirt. Clover, are you alright? The Prince Snake's voice sounded oddly concerned. They know each other. Clover and Snake know each other, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm fine. Her voice shook, making her words even less convincing. What the hell are you trying to do? I told you. This is my plan. What are you gonna do to her, you sick son of a bitch? Don't worry. I'm not going to do anything to her. If she just does what I tell her to, I'll let her go. He started to move backwards, slowly keeping his grip on Clover. Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually, the man reached the wall. He gave a start as his back touched it, then glanced around quickly and spoke. Verify. Huh? The left. Look on your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part. What if I don't? The man's nostrils flared and he looked like he was about to choke. Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I'll kill you if I have to. What? We're gonna do this anyway, dude. All I need is your bracelet. Just do it. Do it now. She pressed the knife against Clover's neck hard. Slowly she stretched her left hand out towards the device. Her back was to it. She had to feel around for a moment before she found the circular panel. It made a cold electronic noise, and on the display, above her hand, an asterisk appeared. So that's how it works, Junpei thought to himself. By placing one's palm, what the ninth man had called the scanner panel, the user's bracelet would be entered into the device. Yeah. Flashback. Junpei shifted his eyes to the door itself. The number on it was 5. She's 4, he's 9. That makes 13. So then they'd also need Ace. The ninth man seemed to know a little bit more about the device's operation than he should. How had he known exactly what to do? Good, you're done. Next. His bloodshot eyes crept from person to person until finally they stopped on the line, Ace. You, right? You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, right? Yes, I am. So? Then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Do it! This guy's insane. Don't you care what happens to her? Okay, just calm down. Alright, next time, guys, we're gonna be continuing this whole thing and I guess find out what happens. Oh boy. See ya later. Bye.